Good morning and welcome to Morning Brew. Sorry about the lateness. I had not set anything up and the internet went shitty. So I got on as soon as I could and I had even asked or talked to a vet on what do you call it? Discord. And speaking of a vet, here she is.
Hello! I'm just so
Hello.
happy to hear from you. I was worried.
At least somebody was. Thank you. I appreciate that.
Well, I had to think, because now I know it was your internet. So what I'm going to do, because I put everything on the table downstairs for today,
Right.
I'm gonna come down tomorrow and do it, especially. If you want me to.
Okay. It's up to you.
Oh, no, it's fine. It's fine, because today's the busy day anyway, so I won't stay on too long today, and then I can come down tomorrow and we can have some fun.
Oh,
Oh dear, what a nightmare! Did he go down last night?
yeah, sometime after I went to bed.
Oh,
Bye bye. Which is not normally a problem. Well, except it usually takes several hours when it actually goes fully down to, yeah, unless it's the modem and then I can reset it. But yeah, pain in the ass. But oh well. Anyhow, good morning, Eastland Burkholder. Good morning, Dave G. Sound.
hey, Slim, hey, Dave.
I find it funny. Two people say hi in the chat. There's one person watching. Yeah, thank you, YouTube, for accurate counts. We
It's
know.
brilliant. So, did you enjoy the 3-star gates last night?
Well, I watched. I watched one of them. That's all I got to see. But yeah.
Tell me what the first one. That was the really good one with the black hole.
Oh,
But the other two are missable, so don't worry. But yeah, nice relaxing evening. I do love watching Stargate.
uh, okay, good. I didn't know that. Bird. Okay. I guess I'm gonna have to end my own stream and go over to birds. I don't know what to do. So
Well, is Bird streaming?
I don't know. I was just going to watch because he's not gone live yet.
Ah,
He's going live in 27 minutes or so. Um,
well, I was hunting for you, and sent LDG a message and said, were you backstage or anything? And he was like, oh, I've just woken up. No. And I'm like, I don't know what else to do. I tried phoning you, messaging you. I haven't got Bird's contact, so that would have been my next port of call. But you know, I didn't know what to do. And Bird's probably only set that up because you weren't. He probably noticed you weren't. So
well,
send
let's
him
see
a
here.
message.
Have you seen Captain? This is on Twitter. Have you seen Captain Trek? Captain Trek. Waiting for Captain Trek. Morning Coke. Yeah. So yeah, so at least somebody else is worried. That's a good
Yeah,
thing.
I think a few people were. Quite a few, I'm sure. You can drop him a message and tell him you're live and you got your internet back.
I
Get,
did.
oh, good. And he can get his butt over here.
I was a jerk, and well, yeah, I totally forgot to set it up last night, which is kind of a good thing. That way, nobody was waiting.
Yeah, but that's easier for me. Just entertain people in the chat till you turn up. At least I know things are going on. I'm just relieved it was just the internet. I am. Okay. Anxiety disappearing now.
That's good.
Yeah. Even I get anxiety.
Let me just do a little thing. Something. Let me check real quick. Yeah. Oh, by the way, have you seen the current amount that's been raised for Bird?
No, do tell.
$6,145.
Wow. That's incredible.
And there's still people that are going to be reaching out to others. So it could
Yeah.
go up. It could go up.
Do you know that's almost enough money to send Mama Pray, Sisso Pray on holiday with Charlie somewhere nice. If
Well,
they'd like that. If they'd like that, obviously.
it'd just be easier to send Mama Pray over to Sisso Pray's house and have somebody there to take care of Bird.
Yeah, yeah. Because the only problem with Mama Pray staying at home, she won't be able to help herself. And
Well,
the only reason I say that is because I know even not that I get days off, but if I had a day off and I stayed at home, I couldn't help myself. So, and I bet Mama Prays just like that as well.
let's see here. She is an old school Italian mom. What the hell do you think?
Yeah, I'm not old school Italian. I'm just old, but I'm exactly the same like that.
No. See, there's a difference between old and old school. Old school Italian, let me put it this way, she's definitely there for others,
Yeah,
even at the detriment of herself.
exactly.
Um, yes. So,
It'd be hard work to talk her out of actually leaving the house for a few days break, but
well, see, okay, let me put it to you this way. What it would really be to have a few days break would be basically, uh, she would still do the cooking. Number one, Bert's picky. Number two, she's picky about who makes the food. So
yeah,
okay, um, she would be taking out. Um, I can't think of Sassy.
yeah,
She's taking Sassy in and out a few times during the day, and then the rest of the time she could either sit, read, take a nap, whatever. of course, you'd be, yeah,
She'd be hovering.
she would
Come
be.
on. Yeah. Definitely. Ah, well.
I'm just, I set something out. And good morning, sci-fi guy.
Hey, sci-fi guy.
Uh, and yes, old school is different from old. Trust me, I know people that are old school. In fact, I went this one time. I'm trying to think how old this kid is now. Uh, I say kid. He's like in his 20s, but um, I met him when he was like 15. And let's put it this way: he's an old soul. I mean, there's no doubt. This, whatever, has far more experience than somebody their age should.
Mm-hmm.
And it's like, and wisdom. It's scary. Not in a bad way, but
No, I get it. Yeah.
but no, it was very. And then of course he went off to college, and his family moved away, and so that. Trying to understand why his family moved after he went to college, but whatever. Um,
Hmm.
he went to the same church my parents did,
All right. Yeah.
so it was kind of funny. But anyhow, he was a good kid, but like I said, old soul, definitely. So what's going on today, Yvette?
Um. Well, I had a busy morning as well as usual, but Wednesdays are the busy ones because it's recycling, dragging the bins out, swearing at them because they get stuck in a hole somewhere, cursing them, emptying bins, just general domestic crap I hate doing, you know, sorting the cardboard and the plastic and, just boring, boring, boring. But at least I can't break these. Well, I probably could break these things, but they're not mechanical, so it's not like being unable to operate a fridge. That's embarrassing enough. Yeah. What else have I done? Well, yeah, I went through. Okay, I got all my really really great fossils out and made sure I had the correct details for them all, and some of my geology rocks, and also some rocks I've got literally a huge box of rocks I picked up myself traveling. You come across something that looks pretty, pick it up. So I picked a few of those out that I'd collected over the years around the planet. So, and then of course, yeah, I polished the bugs as well. Yeah, quite busy. I did show the bugs to a couple of the guys and they all freaked out, so I'm kind of worried about showing them to everyone on here. Apart from that, I'm planning a summer dinner, sort of sandwiches and salads and non-cooking stuff, which is great for me. Yeah, something fresh because it's very warm again. So, yeah. Hey, Yosef. By the way, Bird of Prey. It is one subscriber away from 300.
Come on,
300.
people. Subscribe to Bird of Prey 5X.
Oh, 5X. Sorry. Well, I can do that when I come off. I haven't subscribed to that one. So I'll do it. Got to write it down, otherwise I'll forget. It's Bird of Prey 5X, isn't it? Bird of Prey 5X. So, okay, I've written it down. As soon as I'm off the stream, I will go and sub to it.
And good afternoon, Yosef. Good morning, Bone. And hello, V-Star. And so what's going on today there now, Yvette?
Mum's got her lunch. She's got like a pasta salad thing I did. She's watching some shit on the television. I don't pay attention to that. And yeah, I hadn't been up here long because I drank my coffee and fiddled about a bit. I'm sure LDG is a little bit annoyed with me because I probably woke him up.
Oh,
So hopefully he's not too cross because I was worried. So yeah. Apart from that, pretty much done till tea time now. So I was up for a meeting this morning at 10:30. I had to get up last night for an 11 o'clock meeting. So I'd had 3 hours sleep. So I'm going to have a cat nap before dinner tonight. Afraid nothing exciting.
let's see here. And of course, I check Twitter and I get messages from people.
Mm-hmm.
So, yeah, of course, obviously, one of the first ones was Bird.
Well, I meant to ask, how did it get the wound doctors yesterday? Yesterday? Yeah, yesterday.
Yesterday, yeah, it was painful, of course.
Mm.
They, I went in there. The bandage had fallen off the night before, and it was not able to be put back on.
No.
And so I was just saying, you know, it's like, sorry, the bandages don't last a week.
No. Please tell me they gave you some more this time.
Oh, they gave me one more.
One?
One.
What?
They were supposed to give me two, but they gave me one. But they did give me extra adhesives to keep it on, which is fine.
It's like pulling teeth going to anywhere in America to have any medication or medical things done.
Mm-hmm.
So have you sent all your Twitter and TwitTwat and all the links out now?
Oh yeah.
Good.
Yep, just had to send out a second message saying I'm okay and that I'm on. The rest of them can wait. And let's see here. Get back to the chat. And good morning, Richie Poole. Good morning, 47 Yorktown. Good morning, Ken Jack Ben. Good morning, Sci-Fi Guy.
So we got Ken. Hey Ken. Hey Bonjour 47. Who else? What's that? See, brain's left me now. Old Sci-Fi Guy. Yeah. And who's the fourth one?
Let's see here. Look, I gotta scroll back down. 47 Yorktown, Richie Poole,
Oh, Richie. Hi, Richie. Yeah.
Ken Jack Ben,
Yeah.
Sci-Fi Guy,
Oh, Sci-Fi Guy.
Mountains of Elysium.
Hey, Mountains.
And yes, Mountains, I did send you a message on Twitter as well. Thank you for your message. I appreciate it. And it's funny, I saw the message posted on Twitter asking about me before then I went over to the stream and posted the link to this stream because the question was asking where I am, and well, I'm here. And so I doubt Bird's going to be on long because he's going to be having his own stream. So
I'm sure he'll pop in.
oh, he already has. And Kapla Bird Pray 5, yes.
Hey, Bird.
Let's see here where to go. Yeah. So let's see here. Anyhow, interesting start to the morning. No internet. Yay. Fortunately, I had not set anything up, so it wasn't a big deal. Oh,
Well,
he's not streaming.
no. He was probably doing that in case. Yeah.
And
Right.
good morning, Dave G. Sound.
Hey, Dave. So have you had a second cup of coffee yet, and your medication?
Getting the coffee now. Ugh, having it now. Thank God.
Good.
I already took the medicine.
Good. Just checking.
Oh yeah.
I am the CMO.
And let's see here now. Yeah,
What did
it's called no internet, asshole. What am I supposed
Sorry,
to do?
Nikki. I worried him. It's my fault.
Okay.
I worried him. It's my fault. Because I was worried.
Yes, but his first message, WTF. Yeah. Uh-huh. Not hi, not how are you doing? Not
Well, he hasn't been awake long. He can't probably type more than 3 letters. Have you posted the link in the pinned comment?
no, I've not. I've not. I really ought to do that. Thank you for the reminder.
It's all right. I know what it's like when you're trying to do things quickly. We've been here before, so not because of the internet, because other circumstances. So, I mean, you did one in 10 minutes flat in record time. You know, so yeah.
Message. Now I'm gonna go ahead and go to YouTube Studio because I set it up quickly, but I didn't get everything done in setting it up because I usually add all the tags and shit, and I got to do that in YouTube Studio content.
Well, I saw you remove the hashtag torture event. Thank you.
Well, you're welcome.
Much appreciated. I'm sure it'll be back at some point.
Well, let's see here. Yeah, that was just fun for a while. I had to find.
It tickled me. And it's on TwitTwat, so I don't care because I never see it.
See, fortunately, I include my tags in the video details. So all I have to do is go into the video details, copy those, scroll down, add tag. They're all there. Scroll down. Let's see now. And save changes. And then I have to make sure that the customization is done to where the live chat replay is there. And it is. So then I leave YouTube Studios. And now somebody's in the chat or in the back room. And let's see here who
Ooh.
it is.
Boy. No, it's just me. Hello, world. It's Berto Prey 5. Kapla.
Kapla.
You scared me, Captain. Had nowhere to talk, had nowhere to say hello to. I couldn't even ask Yvette if she tried calling you. I don't know what to do.
I said the same thing. I literally
I was
tried
like,
calling
oh
him,
no.
then I promptly accidentally woke LGG up and worried him, and then I actually said to Captain, I need a way of getting hold of Bird at some point, should this happen again.
Just talk to your mom. She can
No?
get a hold of me at any time.
You know what I mean. You've got to be on Discord somewhere.
You need Twitter, man.
Not a
Skype?
chance.
Do you use
No.
Skype?
No.
And good
Slack?
morning, Frog.
Hey, Frog.
WhatsApp?
No, I don't do social media. The only social
These aren't
media
social media. Those are just communication. Modern communication.
I've got
Thank you,
Messenger.
Frog G.
I've got
Messenger.
Messenger.
What, Facebook Messenger?
Yes.
I
I got
guess.
Messenger. And I've got Discord. That's it. I'm not going any further than that.
I mean, I do have Discord, but considering I completely forgot to go on Discord, even on a day like today, and the fact is weeks go by before I sign in to
Yeah.
Discord, it's not the best way to contact me.
No. Are you on Messenger?
Yeah, I mean, I do have it. I try not to use it much, but I have it.
Well, for emergencies, perhaps we should just swap. I'm not going to send you anything. It's just in
I
case.
understand, yeah. Okay. All right, Mama Praise talking to Charlie.
Oh.
You got someone else backstage, Cap.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, just didn't know if you knew. Sorry.
Oh. Yeah, I was on another. I was looking at something else, trying to get things sorted real quick. So what happens? Let's see here. Yep. Still, yep. The current total is 61.45.
Yeah, just amazing.
Hey.
I just for so everybody's just to be upfront. PJ sent over the details so that I officially got access to the GoFundMe this morning, but it'll take another 3 or 4 days for GoFundMe to verify things, they say, but technically it's been transferred to me, as in I'm in charge of it now. I guess. I don't know exactly.
Yes, Tim. Now, if it's Mom can message Bert more.
Well, she could, but she hasn't got a clue how to use a mobile phone, so there's no worries there.
Or that's what she wants you to think.
Don't put ideas like that in my head.
You know she has an OnlyFans account, right?
I wouldn't put it past her, to be honest. So what? You've got your feet account, so I'm presuming she's doing hands. Lord.
Rumor is she does anything. I don't have enough money to subscribe, but
Yeah. You know what? Wouldn't put it past her. Really wouldn't. If she could actually operate a computer, it would be frightening people. Frightening. Thankfully she can't.
That's a good question, Mountains.
What's that? I can't see the chat.
What are you getting Bird of Prey 5 for Father's Day, Yvette?
I don't know. It's my birthday before Father's Day, so depending on what Daddy gets me, depends on what I get Daddy.
Damn it. Conundrum.
Yeah, you've only got
And
2 days now.
good morning, Tim Possible.
Hey, Tim. Tim and Timothy. Or Timmy. Not you, Tim. That's the other Tim. You know what I mean. Oh, God,
Yeah.
I put my... No, forget it.
So Tim is there, and so is Timothy. Ouch! Right a minute. I was getting chilly and rubbed my eyes. It
Oh,
burned.
God. Joseph, you idiot. Sorry. I'm so sorry.
Glad
That's
I
bad.
didn't have to pee.
Oh, my God. So many images in my head right now, Joseph. Thank you.
And good morning, Dee Dee Myers.
Hey, Dee Dee.
So,
Laugh.
anybody else? I guess it's just the two of us.
That's it.
I thought you were
Watch
singing.
Loki.
I haven't seen
No.
this series yet.
You haven't seen it at all, and gotcha. I watched the second episode this morning. So I had an hour to kill before Mama Prey was going to wake up, and no spoilers, but something everybody except Anti-Tracker called last week did happen, and I don't know. It's honestly, it's not terrible, but it's not great. It's keeping my interest though, so I
As long as it's doing that.
considering that there's not a hell of a lot of other stuff out there. Hey, I don't know. Like, would I subscribe to Disney Plus just for this show? No. But if you already subscribe because, like, you have a nephew whose mother puts on Disney stuff for him on a regular basis, then I can at least say it's worth watching. But I wouldn't subscribe just for it. Certainly better comparatively than Star Trek Discovery or Star Trek Picard or even Star Trek Lower Decks.
Right.
Well, that's not difficult, really, is it?
Right. And I'm sure it's better than latest Doctor Who for Doctor Who fans.
Well,
It's
anything is
nowhere
better.
it's nowhere near any of those levels of disasters. So relatively speaking, not so bad. No, I'm not
It-
spoiling Random Menace.
No. It saddens me that
there's the one scene where Loki meets Wanda and they have tea on the top of the Eiffel Tower, but it's in a different universe. So the Eiffel Tower is actually in Manhattan instead of Paris.
Okay, let me ask this: is this actually in the show, or are you just pulling this out of your ass?
Also, they all have Australian accents, which
Okay,
really
now I
freaked me
know.
out.
Now I know he's pulling it out of his ass.
And the waiter was a kangaroo.
cool.
Wait, you know what? Never mind. That was a dream I had. Forget it. I got confused.
Yeah, we don't
well,
want to hear the rest of it about you and the kangaroo hooking up. It's just not necessary to tell us
That's
that bit.
disgusting, Bet. I didn't hook up with a kangaroo. The
now
kangaroo
I'm-
only had eyes for the crocodile.
Ah,
now
was
we
it a
can call
wallaby? No, it'd be a dingo, wouldn't it? If anything.
The dingoes were eating all the babies.
Oh, all right. A koala then. You like
Yes.
koala?
And it was a
Yes.
cute koala in my defense.
Oh dear
A
Lord!
horny koala for you.
Hey, somebody put a wig on a koala and you tell me that it doesn't look like a woman.
What?
Okay, Tim, you're listening? I want a meme of a koala in a wig.
Reggie Poole says, so which is better? The latest Doctor Who, STD, Picard, or Lower Decks? And which is worse?
Doctor Who's
For
the
me,
worst.
well, I don't watch Doctor Who. So for me, Discovery is worst and Lower Decks is best from that list.
Right.
Although, truth be told, since I don't watch Doctor Who, I probably would still take Discovery over Doctor Who. So maybe that does make Doctor Who worse.
Yeah.
Like I once did try to watch an episode with whatever her name is, Jodie Whittaker. And I was like, I don't. I got like 2 minutes in, and I just couldn't. I was like, what the?
Well, if it's from her first season, I mean, we had talking frogs. We had dishcloths flying in the air. We had, I don't even want to think about it. I get a migraine every time I think about it. It's just horrible. Horrible! But the second season was worse because he tried to pull it back with the old monsters, but then decided to destroy everything. Absolutely everything. Gallifrey, the Cybermen got turned into Cyberlords, and then he crashed canon completely as well. Yeah. It just, no. 57 years of history wiped out by a chin ball.
Oh yeah.
Anyway. So I was actually going to comment about, watching these new series.
Yes.
And I'm a little sad that we got to the point today where it's acceptable, so I'll watch it. Not, it's great. I want to watch it. It's acceptable. I will watch it. That's a big difference. And the fact that, unfortunately, we're having to say, well, it's acceptable. Well, I'll watch it. And That's so sad that we are now accepting acceptable and not great. Yeah. Sorry.
Adequate is the new good.
Minor whinge over.
I'll put it this way, in defense of that, because God knows it needs it. I do think that we need to support the adequate in order to get good back again. Because if we don't watch the adequate stuff and are just focused on the bad stuff, talking about it being bad, at least if we watch the adequate stuff and say that it's adequate, maybe somebody will listen. Maybe.
Maybe. It's just sad that it's come to that for me, and I just don't watch anything new anymore now. Not that I get time to watch much anyway, but certainly there are things I will tune in for, like Lucifer, for one, and obviously Supernatural's finished now, but I tuned into that. That finished this year. There are certain things I will tune in for, certain newer shows, which are few and far between now. Really are. I do want to see the new Saw movie. I've already bought it on Amazon. I just haven't got round to watching it yet.
The new what movie?
The latest Saw movie. I do like the Saw movies.
That's a way. That's a way you could torture him with that. Make him watch horror movies.
Yeah, you don't like horror, do you? Oh my goodness.
No, I'm not a fan.
Well, Saw's different because it's a human being doing it. That's what makes it even scarier that a human being could do that. It's not
believe
horror.
I did watch. Was there 3 Saw movies by 2002 or something?
Yeah, at least. The first one was
Yeah.
the bath.
Okay, so I did have friends in college who convinced me to watch Saw 1 and Saw 2, and then we saw Saw 3 in the movie theater.
Yeah.
I could deal with Saw. It wasn't like super scary type stuff for me.
Yeah,
But
I don't class Saw as it is horror, but it's a
like
horror genre more of
The Exorcist or Poltergeist, that's the shit that
yeah,
scares me.
yeah,
Saw is just bloody.
yeah. Saw is more real because the human being's doing it. That's a fear factor in that.
Yeah, it's not really scary to me. I know human beings do shit. I get
Yeah.
scared when things I can't see are doing shit.
Yeah. Oh yeah, The Exorcist and the Poltergeist, The
Or
Entity. Now
fucking
that's
things
one that
crawling
gets
under the
got.
ground, popping
Yeah.
out of the floor,
Mm, yeah.
shit coming after you in your dreams.
Oh yeah, Freddy Krueger. Yeah.
I was afraid. I meant Freddie Mercury, but either Freddie was scary.
Oh god.
You're gonna get that started again, Bird.
Yeah, but it was so worth it.
Oh Lord.
Have I missed out on something I should know, or do I not want to know?
You don't want to know. You
Okay,
don't want
that's
to know.
fine. No, that's fine. That is fine.
let's see here. Oh, we have positive candor backstage.
Blah, positive candor.
Good blah.
Good morning or
Morning.
afternoon.
Yeah. Good morning, good evening, good night, whatever it is where you're at.
Well, it's lunchtime for me. Well, it's nearly 2 p.m. actually. So.
And yes, I agree, not Ryan Johnson. Yes. Never, never, never.
So, positive, how are you doing medically? Any changes? Anything?
I mean, I got at least two nerves that are paralyzed in each leg for now.
Do they know why yet?
No. I mean, it could be because of my back and stuff like that.
Right, yeah. When I had my slipped discs, they always warned me that I was one bad scratch away from a leg going dead.
Yeah. Yeah, I'm probably pretty close to that myself, for all I know.
Anything else? Going on positive? Any other updates?
I mean, that's and the two nerves is the sciatic nerve, which I guess is one of the main ones.
Yeah, that's the big one.
Yep.
Yeah, that's the main one. And then the anterior crural nerve is the other one, wherever that's at. I guess it's on the side somewhere or wherever. If it's anterior, I don't know. So those are my two, partially paralyzed nerves for now.
Do they have any idea on anything that might help or
Not yet.
physical therapy? Anything?
Yeah, maybe physical therapy. I don't know, but it's really hard seeing a doctor, unfortunately, or getting that kind of stuff going. Still,
Yeah.
and I don't know.
Oh, what?
I mean, I'm already in so much pain anyway. I don't know if I feel like doing any physical therapy.
Honestly, I mean, this was before I'd lost my ability to walk completely. But when I was having severe back pain in my 20s, I did find a nearby physical therapist office that combined chiropractor, physical therapy, exercise, and massage, kind of like an all-in-one place. And I had to say, it did provide significant relief. I wouldn't say it was a cure by any means, but they took the insurance I had at the time, and I'd come in and they would do like a deep tissue massage. Every so often the chiropractor would see me, and then they had like a little gym off to the side where I had specific exercises, and it was like it took a portion of my day, but by the time I was done, I felt quite a bit better. It'll only last a day or two, but then I'd go back.
Yvette, I
I
have a question to this since I am very unfamiliar with European style medicine and randomness is kind of making a point here. I do have a question though. How much of your taxes is specifically set for, I guess, is it the NIH?
NHS,
NHS.
National Health Service.
How much of your percentage of your income goes to that every time? Just curious.
Right. So we have two taxes on our, if you're earning. One is national insurance, which covers sort of pensions and things like that. And then pay as you earn, PAYE. So the more you pay, the more you earn, the more you pay. So if you're on minimum wage, it's a very low percentage, and it basically goes up to, it goes, I think, I don't even know now. I do know once you hit like 100k, it's 40p out of every pound goes to the government. So you may as well just earn 60k and be done with it and be charged 20%. So, you know, when it's something we have to take into account when we're given a pay rise, whether it's actually worth doing the pay rise, because if it takes you over a tax bracket, you actually end up earning less than you did before. So yeah, but pay as you earn works on the scale. So the more you earn, the more you pay. If that helps.
And I think that's been the problem in the insurance field is we've made it to where everybody thinks we need insurance to go to the medical department. And I will say this is one of the biggest things that always annoys me. And most American departments, no matter where you go, you know the cost. Like you get your car fixed, you get your car oil changed, this, that, whatever. They tell you the estimate beforehand. Now, the estimate may be a little higher or lower at the end of it, but they give you the estimate, and the estimate is usually within a reasonable range. We don't do that in our medical field. There's no how much a stitch costs, how much a visit costs. And you know what? Even the administrators don't know because they just file everything through the medical insurance, and it's like, oh, you have no medical. Okay, then they have a set out of pocket you got to do before you leave.
Well, let's put it this way. Yes, they do know. They don't say.
Okay,
They already know. It's all
fair
set.
enough.
And I will add that Yitza does correct you and say United Kingdom is not Europe.
Yeah, there are slight differences. Europe do it slightly differently. Because we kept the pound, even though we were in the EU, because we kept our currency and didn't bend to the euro. Sorry, Yosef. We still had control over the taxes side of it and that. I'm not quite sure how it works in other countries, but that's how it works here. So if you're unemployed or unable to work due to disability or sickness or whatever, you're then covered automatically by the government through the benefits. So your stamp duty is still paid. The stamp duty is like an old-fashioned term for your pension. So when you hit, I think it's now 70, it was 60 when I started out for women, it was 65 for men. I think it's about 70 for both of us now to get a state pension.
Oh,
So-
that would be our Social Security.
Yeah,
Our
so
equivalent to it.
that's our national insurance here. Yeah, but the pay-as-you-earn scheme sort of covers a multitude of sins, including the NHS. So, yeah. I hope that helps a bit.
Well, I mean, I have insurance. I have life insurance, health, vision, and stuff. I guess I look at it this way. I at least have the choice of paying for those. I don't have to pay for them through my taxes. And coming from my point of view, and a lot of other people, I'm not saying every American on here agrees with me on this, it's kind of a more preferred method. It's not always the best, but a lot of us, it's kind of preferred. At least the people I know. Cat and Trek and Positive Candor and Bird can be completely opposites of that. And we all have our levels of pain and disability.
Yeah, I mean, no medical system is perfect, and the NHS is no exception. But, some of the stories I've heard, certainly what Bird's been going through, if he was here in this country, he would have seen a chiropractor at his house within 2 days of making a call.
Cardiologist.
Oh, sorry, I don't. Why did I say? Because you were talking about chiropractors. Cardiologist.
Yeah, I started to say chiropractor. I was like, that's.
No. He was talking about getting a soothing massage, deep tissue massage from some Sven guy. I don't know, or Helga, whichever it is. That's why it was in my head.
Yep.
Yeah, no. A cardiologist.
Why?
Yeah, it would be no issue here because I'm in the same boat with my mum, and we've had X-rays done, we've had dentist visit, we've had dermatologists video conferencing, we've had, you name it, anything we've needed, it happens.
Yeah, look, I'm not going to say I have no firsthand experience on NHS. I will say this. I do pay for my own insurance, but I use the VA, which is not always great, as Positive Candor knows that, but we use it, and a lot of us use it because it is healthcare that veterans have been approved for, and a lot of us do use it for various different things. I'm using it mostly for my medication and certain free advantages that are awarded to me because of my time and service. That being said, my wife and I also have a very good health program here. We only pay $600 a year for family. So we have, various options to, if we don't want to use the VA, we can. We're fortunate to be able to do that. Unfortunately, not everybody is able to do that kind of thing. So there is an advantage to having our VA available to our veterans and our low cost stuff. It's just, unfortunately, the insurance companies, it's very difficult to figure out the bureaucracy behind that crap. Yeah.
The medication is one of the things that irritates me the most because with the NHS, sorry, I choked last night. Don't ask. So a bit of a gravelly throat this morning. Our prescriptions that doctors or specialists issue out that get sent to pharmacies to be filled. If you're under certain benefits, they're free. If you're over 75, they're free. If you're under 18 or still in higher education, they're free. So there's a little block in between. I'm not quite sure how much they are because I never ask. You can get like a yearly pass, which I think it's about £100, which covers every prescription you ever need for a year. Or you just pay for them, and I think they're about £12. No, wait, no, I pay 22 items. Yeah, £12. I have 2 anti-migraine drugs a month. So yeah, I pay £24 a month. One of the drugs is cheap and costs pennies to make. The other drug is probably worth about £50 a drug. So it's balanced out. So anyone that can pay for them does. So the money sort of evens itself out. So no one pays any more than £12 for any drug on a prescription. Our medication is not driven by the companies. It's driven by the NHS. So there's a big difference there with that. And again, that's something that drives me mad when I hear how much something costs over there, that sometimes we can even buy over the counter here, you know.
Mm-hmm.
It's just
well, you got to remember we have an FDA that is different from your guys's. Well, whatever you have is an equivalent to an FDA.
Yeah.
And there are things other countries will approve that. For example, I'll give you one very silly. In Germany, they have a wonderful chocolate called the Kinder Egg. I'd love to get exported to America or imported to America, but I can't because it's illegal, because the FDA will not approve that because it's wrapped around those old eggshells and they consider it a choking hazard because of the toy in the middle. And that's something we cannot get around the FDA on.
And the problem is it's a stupid law.
I'm not saying it's not a stupid law, Cap, but I'm saying it's just the reality of it. The FDA says we can't do it. So it's not like I can get a
lot of the. No. I'm not saying you should try. My point is there are things that the FDA has done that are just plain stupid and need to be overruled.
And the only way to do that is probably to take it to court. I mean, seriously, that's how the left likes to do it.
Let's not bring us into political, please.
No. But what I'm saying is, most of the time, if you're going to have an administrative policy or something like that, we're going to have to go up against. Because remember, it's probably not even a federal law. It's most likely just a rule that was put in place, or what do we call them? Regulation. It was an unvoted on regulation. So there's always a chance certain things like that could be countered. The question is, you got to find the right rule to counter, or the reg to counter. I like that.
Yeah, I mean, we get Kinder Eggs here. I remember them launching, and because I don't eat chocolate, people used to buy me Kinder Eggs, so I at least had something to play with. I used to crack it open, throw the chocolate away, and play with the toy. So
I used to try and crack. I used to try and crack the chocolate just perfectly in the middle. So, like, I was going to open up the plastic and just get it in a perfect half. Enjoy the chocolate, and then I would eat the chocolate, and then I would open the egg for the surprise toy.
No,
that was a tradition I started with that.
Yeah, mine was thump it really hard with the covering, whatever it is, foil on it.
Yeah.
Open it up, get the little yellow thing out, wrap up all the smashed chocolate and throw it in the bin. I've never liked chocolate. I am just a weird freak of nature. I know. But anyway, Captain, it's 2:15, so I'm sorry I haven't been on that long, but obviously
I understand.
But tomorrow we'll have a special downstairs one, because I dragged my huge trailer boat down to flash off to everyone. Well, I've got a couple, and so we'll do a downstairs on camera tomorrow, definitely.
Awesome.
Fingers crossed nothing happens again. And thank you for having me, MB Geek. Love chatting to you always. And
all right, hope you got to see Yvette. Hope you got to see my new stuff I've been posting up. I
sort of watched your video. have you posted it on Discord?
No, I gotta do that. I gotta start making sure I post them on Discord. But
Yeah.
I've got several. Actually, over the week, I've worked on 5 streams, and they're all uploading on different days. So
Ah,
I'm gonna start making sure I publish them on there. It's a new process now. I'm getting back into the scheme of it, but I'm gonna be
yeah.
honest. I'm having a lot of fun with them.
And Yvette,
That's
before
the whole
you leave,
point. Yes.
What's for
before you leave,
lunch?
Oh, hang on. Jesus, my eyes. She is leaving to get Daddy Oprah his Father's Day present. I have already stated. Daddy has to buy my birthday present by Friday. Then I'll consider buying him his Daddy's Day present.
well, I'm assuming you're having a sandwich for lunch.
I don't know. Avocado. I'm having avocado definitely because I got 2 and they need eating. And I love avocado. So it'll
Yeah,
be something with avocado. I don't know what yet. Haven't decided.
absolutely.
Positive candor. Much love. I really hope things improve and yeah, just stay strong. And Daddy dear, have a great day. And much love to the chat.
Take
Bye bye,
care.
everyone.
All right. I prefer to think of what Mountains of Elysium is saying is true. And how are you, Carlo? And yes, hail on Kuroga. Let's see here. So we've got several people still in here. I'm glad to see that. Um, and Random Minute says avocado is the soy for people who are not cooking. It tastes after nothing, and then after spices you put on it. Actually, I don't know if I'd agree there, but I'm not a big avocado fan. That's just me. Now, Random Minutes, you are always welcome to come on and state your point of view. Uh, let's see here. Unfortunately, we lost the. You know what? I wish we had Eastman Burkholder on here. Eastman Burkholder would be nice to have on again. Had her on one time. It would be. It's always nice to have the ladies on. They usually bring considerable attention to the chat. People tend to pay more attention. Of course, some say a few silly things. And Yvette subscribed to Burrow Brave 5X, which,
Well,
if you haven't, you should subscribe to Burrow Brave 5X today.
yeah, most of the women we know are much more pleasing on the ears than we are.
Well, particularly you. Let's see here.
Well, good jab.
See, Bird of Prey 5 is more pleasing on the ears than on the eyes.
Well, there's a reason I say I have a face for radio and a voice for paper.
And let's see here. Ah, right a minute. So I have one ear on the stream and online training in the second. Well, obviously, the online training is really just review, and he's not really paying too much attention to that. And probably ignoring it because he's also chatting in the chat. So, yeah. And visual arts. Pretty girls is a good thing. I currently have a chipped tooth, and I fear I might be mumbly today. Oh, well, I mean, you are always welcome. I'm not asking you to do anything you don't want to do. And if you're not comfortable coming on, that is understandable. But as I said, if you are up to coming on any day, you're more than welcome. I always post the link out. Let's see here. So yes, I started later. And I am answering a question somebody asked me in Skype. Or I'm sorry, not Skype. What am I saying? Twitter. Hmm. There we go. Got that answered. And of course, Mountains also sent me something several minutes. Oh, good. More gifts to watch. Thank you, Mountains. It means a lot. He always sends me stuff to kind of brighten the day. And good morning, Nut Ryan Johnson. I hope things are going well. Online trading trading things are painful. Yes, went through 3 of them yesterday. Yeah, I had to. Well, I had to have. I'm trying to file some stuff, get things taken care of. Of course, they had a phone interview yesterday for me, and they're like, "Well, we're most of the way through." This was like about 15 minutes before I had to leave, and so I had already given my mom permission to answer any questions. I was trying to get ready on the phone for over an hour. It was only supposed to be an hour. And so finally, I just said, okay, I can't do this anymore. Handed the phone off to my mom. She handled it. I was gone about an hour and a half, and she had literally gotten off the phone right before I walked in the door. So, yeah, government bureaucracy at work.
Trust me, take it from someone who was in a lot of it for 20 years. There's a reason why when I left the military and I did not come as a contractor, it was honestly because I said, you know what? I want to get the fuck away from this. This is a life I've done, but I need to get away. I want to move on. Too many people go back to that well, and it's not fun.
Well, it's really annoying answering the same. the same questions over and over again. It's like, really? And part of it is, well, can we access your records to this? Yes. And then they're asking questions about dates and da 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 da. That's it. Finally, it's like you either have access to or will have access to these records. Go off them.
Yeah, it's always fun when you get Monday morning quarterback on your stuff. Well, why didn't you do this? And I literally one time said, well, nobody suggested it. They go, well, why didn't you do this? Nobody suggested it. Well, why didn't anybody think of that? I'm like, I don't know. Maybe because you weren't there.
Exactly.
And they looked at me and go, what? I'm like, hey, you're coming up with stuff that you said we didn't think of. Well, you're right. We didn't think of it. It didn't come up. We came up with other ideas. If you got something better, please bring it to the table. Otherwise, I wanted to be like, we're not going to come up with it, per se. That was my polite way of saying, shut the fuck up. We didn't do it the way you wanted it, but we got it done. Now, of course, these were the same group of people who had me and 3 other computer guys on the phone with 2 radio guys trying to instruct them on how to upgrade a server when I asked the question, why don't we send one of my folks TDY with them so we have that person there to do the one-on-one upgrade and they know what we're talking about? No, they'll be able to do it. I'm like, no, they won't.
No.
So guess what? A 1-hour update that should have only been a 1-hour update and new system coming online took 6 hours. Why? Because it took finally 6 hours before I got called in, and I asked the radio operator, I said, is there anyone with my AFSC there? They go, yeah, I believe so. I said, you need to go get that person. Got that person in. I said, okay, are you familiar with these systems? Yes. I was like, okay, we're doing this upgrade. We're bringing a new server online. It's doing this. We need to do these tests. It's like, all right, I'm not familiar with this operating system. It's like, don't worry about it. I'll walk you through it. I'm like, it's okay. Once it's up on the visual screen, I'll be able to walk you through it. Yep. Sure enough, an hour and a half later, we walked through it because the person, even though they didn't know the system, knew how to follow those instructions because they were an IT person.
Yep.
The radio operator had no fucking idea what I was trying to explain to him.
Yeah.
And it wasn't their fault.
No. Yeah. This is why, for all the good things there are in America, there are some stupid things like bureaucracy, bullshit. Yeah, lovely.
Well, it was so funny when my boss showed up and he was like, hey, I need to talk to you. I'm like, yeah, what's up? He's like, why did it take 7 hours to do a 1 hour, to do what was classified as a setup as a 1 hour outage? I said, because you didn't listen to me.
Yep.
And he goes, what? I said, you sent 2 radio operators, TDY, without one of my computer guys to do this update. What you should have done is sent one of my 2 guys who were the ones, the architects of creating the system. One stays here, one would have gone TDY, they would have been able to synchronize and have been done. Instead, you trusted people who had no idea how to work a new system on a server. Said, so yeah, that's why it took as long as it did. I told you it was. I told you what we should have done. You rejected it. That was what we got. Let's just say he didn't like that answer too much.
Too bad.
Well, he didn't like it, but he had to own up to it. because he's like, "Are you gonna? If the commander asks you this, are you gonna say that?" I said, "Yes, sir. This is exactly my position. I'm sticking with it."
Yeah. I'm sorry, a 1 hour job taking that long is only because of incompetence, and it's not on your part.
Well, the thing was, it was supposed to be 1 hour. We set up
Mm-hmm.
3 hour. We set up a 3 hour outage, obviously because you always assume something's going to come up, but you
Mm-hmm.
want to give yourself plenty of time. It
Right.
shouldn't have taken 6 hours. It took me and the other guy. Actually, not me personally. Sorry, I should correct that. Once I got the computer guy on the other end, I put my two experts on for that, and they got it up and running in 90 minutes.
So let's see here. They wasted time, and it actually took 90 minutes. If they'd done it the right way, instead of an hour job, it would have been maybe hour and a half. But yeah, no, that's
We would have made our outage window
yep.
easily. And then once the outage window would have been done, we would have issued a retraction saying outage over. People can go back to normal operations. But yeah, instead of it being what could have been a 90-minute job with a 3 hour window turned into a 6.5 hour job.
Yes. And Mountains Elysium manager would insist on having things done his way, turning a 2-day job into a 3-month job. Yeah, 2-day job for one person into a 3-month job for 7, and had to be redone the original way. Lovely.
Yeah, that's one of the worst things when you get those people. We had them in the Marine Corps where they were trying to get everyone over to do one set of tasks. And finally, some of us got to the point, it's like, no, we need 4 people working on this. The rest of you leave. Well, what are we going to do? Find something else to freaking do, but all you're doing right now is getting in the way.
Exactly.
It's like you got 12 people doing a 2-3 person job. It's not going to go faster. It's going to take longer because it's too many people. There's a proper ratio to a task.
Sorry, a 3-man job handled by 4 times the amount of people is not going to make it go faster. That doesn't make any sense anyhow.
Not only that, it puts too many other people in the pot. Say it's a 3-man job and you're setting up a fence. You've got all your layers out. Well, if you have 12 people, you have a greater risk of communication getting lost.
Yep.
Versus the 4-man team who are going together as they're doing it. But if you have 12 people working all over the place, yeah, it may get done faster. That doesn't necessarily mean the measurements are all going to line up, which in the end of the day means you have to restart over and refix things, and you spend more time on the project with 12 people than you would have with just 4.
And JP's is describing it perfectly. Yeah, that ends up how it's being. One person working, all the rest standing around watching.
Yep.
Let's put it this way. I have seen, unfortunately, we have this section of the street across from us which had to be mowed by the city. Now, the city did not want to send out people to do it except every 6 months. Finally, one of the neighbors took over. But while the city was doing it, they would send out 3 people. The first guy would come out. He would sit there for 3 hours. He would then drive off. Actually, he'd walk around some first. Didn't do anything. Wasn't looking at anything. Just walking around. Then, like I said, he'd be there for 3 hours, then drive off, come back with 2 other people who would be there, and he'd be there at least an hour, and then the mower would come out, and then they would use the mower, kind of stand around another hour, and leave. It's like, oh yeah, this is wonderful use of tax money.
Oh.
Yeah. So yeah, we've got bureaucracy out the ass. Lovely.
Trust me, I've seen more than my fair share of times of people who work for the government on an hourly basis, and they literally are just sitting around twiddling their thumbs, surfing YouTube. They are not given enough work.
I agree. And yes, our city workers used to be like that until multiple people started follow them around one day. You know what? If I had a video camera still, I would go out there and just start recording.
I'd have more fun with it. I'd start doing interviews.
Like this is insanely stupid. Let's.
You know, one of the worst things I had to listen to in South Carolina was I was like, why the hell are the roads in certain areas so bad? I was like, can't the city do? And they go, no. It's like all roads are done by the state. I'm like, all of them? I mean, not just the highways. They're like, nope, everything has to be approved by the state. I'm like, including our local roads that go down our local streets. Yeah, I'm like, and nobody's thought to think that might be a rule or something we should change. Because it's like, well, no wonder we can't get people out there and do stuff on the city work because everything's prioritized by the state, and the state's going to make their decisions based on what their priorities are, not what our city or county's priorities are.
Yep.
So,
And unfortunately, if you're not in the big city, you're lower down on the priority list. So let's say here, Missouri, St. Louis, and then Kansas City would get the preferential treatment, and anywhere else, you're further down the list.
what would be next? Earth City would be in the top 10, I think, because they generate a lot of revenue.
Let's see here. Earth
Probably
City, Springfield.
Springfield. What about Cahokia?
That would be way down the list.
Yeah.
You're like, huh? Where the hell is that?
Well, we know where the Cahokia Mountains are.
Yeah, but those people would go, never heard of it. Is it even a real place?
Well, yeah, like in Illinois, most of the funds would go to the Chicago, Cook County area. Springfield, Peoria, Juliet would be the preferred counties.
Yep.
They're the ones who are going to get the most, especially Cook County and Juliet County. And Peoria. That's an unfortunate truth. No, not the Cocaine Mountains, the Cahokia Mountains, JPs. Actually, if you ever get a chance, they're not really mountains. They're mostly hills, but they're a lot of fun to climb up and roll down when you were a kid. I would have loved to have taken a sled on a few of them.
Now, there are a few, though. You could do some real damage on a sled if you were to, particularly like the sled from Christmas Vacation. Be
That's
like,
my
oh
favorite
my
Griswold
god!
movie. That is my favorite Griswold movie. Is the Griswold Christmas. That is my all-time favorite.
And isn't there a Cook County in every state? That's a good question, JP.
I don't think so.
Why don't you look it up?
There might be a Cook County. There's a Springfield in pretty much every state, but certain states have certain ones that no.
Yes, A Christmas Story. He loves A Christmas Story.
No, God, no.
Yes, A Christmas Story for NB Geek.
I will go stab you so bad.
So what we need is the ultra deluxe version of A Christmas Story for NB Geek.
Are you trying to make me throw up?
And welcome, LDG.
Oh, LDG. Second episode of Loki. Wonderful.
Yo, I only watched half of it. I gotta watch the other half. Keep falling
Went
asleep.
from good to trash in one episode. Let's put it that way.
That was the first
I
episode.
quite enjoyed it.
Huh?
Oh,
I enjoyed it. I thought it was it went pretty much the route I thought it was going to go.
Well, now that you got the female Loki out there, yeah, everybody's gonna jump on the woke train now.
well, did they confirm the female Loki?
Yeah, she's
Yes, they
in this
did.
episode. She shows
They
up. in
confirmed
this
that
episode.
the hooded one was female, or was it a separate Loki?
No, it was a female.
The hooded one was a female.
Yes.
Yes.
They show her.
Oh,
They show her
lovely.
in this episode.
Okay.
So now,
Well,
now it sucks, basically.
Okay, if you
I don't
say
know
so.
about that. Loki can
I wouldn't go
shapeshift,
with
so
that.
I still thought everything was on par with what I was expecting of this episode. Loki did what I thought Loki would do. Morbius is doing what I thought Morbius would do. I love the interaction between Morbius and his superior. They seem to have a wonderful mutual working respect for each other. Loki and Morbius are both flat out admitting to each other that they respect each other somewhat, their intelligence, but they're both still admitting they both know they're being used by the other. So yeah, I still think it's great. I think this was a great second episode. And I still love the chemistry between Hiddleston and Wilson. I just think it's fucking dynamic.
I'm not seeing where the hell is the female.
She's towards the end of the episode.
And he's only halfway through, so
Yeah, if you're
nowhere
only
near.
halfway through,
Well,
you
I'm
probably got
scrubbing.
about
I'm
20
scrubbing.
minutes before.
It's literally like the last 10 seconds before they go to the credits.
Okay.
Well, I would say a little bit more than that. She's in
minute,
it for
maybe.
maybe about maybe
I'm
a
seeing the
minute at
fight
the
with some
most.
fat guy.
Yeah, it's
Yeah,
after the
it's
fight.
after
I'm
that.
seeing all the lights are red.
Yeah, it's
Loki's
after the
turning around in a red room.
So
Yeah,
just full spoilers, I guess. Now,
because
Oh, there she is.
Yep,
Got it.
yep, yeah. Once
Oh, that's
once you see,
cool. Good shit.
not really, but okay.
I thought
Hey,
it was
man, listen. We already know, okay? I mean, come on, guys. I'm really sick of the same song and dance. You know they're not going with the comics, okay? They're making that's mistake number one, okay? This isn't the comic book story of Loki. End of story.
Good morning,
They're gonna do
Darius.
their own story and they're gonna go in their own direction because why? When it's not broken, come up with something new. That seems to be the tagline with MCU right now. So they're gonna do this now. Whether or not it's gonna be entertaining or not depends on certain things. One of the things that WandaVision effed up on was continuity. The reason why WandaVision sucks so much is because they broke their own continuity in their own original story. Now, whether Loki's going to make the same mistake, I have no clue. I have to watch the rest of the episode and see how it goes. But all in all, so far, I'm finding Loki to be more immersive than even Falcon or WandaVision. Now, WandaVision was very immersive. I'll give it that much. But like I said, they went bucktooth on their own fucking continuity, which completely screwed things up. If they just would have stuck with the original story they had, aka My Theories, it would have been $1 million. It would have been $1 billion success. But we'll see. I got to watch this other second half of this episode and see where they're going with it. I did like the first half so far. I did see how Loki was trying to be himself, and what that first scene when he was like, "Don't leave" or whatever. I saw that coming. He's playing his role. He's playing a long game. He's misdirection, misconception, trying to do something, and I think. That remember when he said, "Oh, what are you trying to do? Defeat the big bag, TVA." I think that's exactly. I still think that's what he's going to
He
do.
tells his
exactly.
movie
But
version straight up. That's what he wants to do.
Yeah.
Well, and that's what I said. Owen Wilson's character Morbius knows Loki's gonna try to betray him. He may not be able to anticipate everything, but they both know the other one has an alternate agenda. They may like and somewhat respect each other in ways, but they both know they're using each other. And that's what I find so nice about it. And there is that mutual respect I see between them. They know the truth. They're not bullshitting.
Yeah. Right. Thanks, Darius.
Thank you, Darius.
And I would be surprised if Loki joins forces with his female counterpart in ways that will. I mean, I actually see a romantic scene with them together.
No, he's going to do what he does best. He's going to learn from her and use her because that's what Loki does. And he's still, no matter what she says, he's going to want to learn her plan. He's going to try to use her and ultimately betray her. Because that is in Loki's nature. I would be surprised if it went any other way.
There's so little bit of Loki's nature, though. Again, this is not comic book Loki.
No, this is MCU Loki, and I'm following MCU Loki's patterns.
And MCU Loki turned good.
We'll find out.
Yeah, that's debatable.
How is that debatable? I mean, did I watch a different Ragnarok or whatever the hell it was?
Yes, you did.
When he turned a leaf? Okay.
He didn't turn a leaf. He didn't turn a leaf. He's making the best of a situation. That's what Loki does. He learns from his failures and learns how to make the best of a situation however he can, and tries to come back from it. Sorry, but yeah, you saw a different Ragnarok than I did.
Okay. All right. Maybe I did. Like I said, canon's what you make of it. So that's your canon. That's fine with me.
No, it's not my
will
canon.
not.
It's my interpretation.
That's your canon.
No, that's
what
my
your canon means.
interpretation.
Yes, that's your canon.
No.
Same thing. Your interpretation is what you believe something is, which is your canon.
No.
If someone comes to you and tries to tell you the opposite of what happened in this story, what their canon is, you're going to say, nope, this is my canon.
No.
He wasn't a
that
good
is
boy.
My
He did this.
Both are canon.
Ah, God. Okay.
Yeah. I'm going to argue with you on this.
That's fine. Go ahead. Your canon of your interpretation is your canon, so that's fine with me.
Canon is nothing more than a form of history, and history can be interpreted. Always has been. We know that certain events have happened. We don't necessarily know how with 100% fact. Canon is the event happened. Interpretation is possibly how it happened.
Yeah. Okay. Okie dokie. Gotcha. Not going to argue. Too early to argue. Don't want to argue.
Not enough coffee.
Oh, no, I'm just really fed up, honestly. I'm just kind of like at the end of my... I want to move on to something a little bit more productive. Nothing against you, NB, just in general, really. You know what I mean?
We can move on to anything else. I don't care.
No. I'm just saying it in general. I'm not. I don't want to argue. Not even for fun. I respect what you
know damn well I don't take any of this shit personally.
No, I know you don't. I'm just, again, it's just not my flavor of the month. Rocky Road was last week. I'm moving on to something else.
Double chocolate chip.
That would work. Yeah, I am actually do love some chocolate chip. Some Haagen-Dazs chocolate chip. Dude, whatever happened to Haagen-Dazs, man? That ice cream used to be so fucking good. Oh, God. Now it's just like, I don't know. It's not the same anymore.
They were bought out.
Haagen-Dazs back in the 80s.
Myself.
Oh, my God.
Like
Haagen-Dazs back then.
Oh. You knew. Like you know those taste studies where you're like, oh, I could taste it without knowing what the label says, you know? Like you knew if you were having Haagen-Dazs. Like your mouth was saying, F you, thank you for this. You know what I mean? Haagen-Dazs was good shit back then. Matter of fact, they should have renamed it from Haagen-Dazs to good shit. Can I have some of that good shit? Yes, sir. Here you go. Here's some good shit.
I always, if we're going to go by ice creams, my personal favorite, I get a lot of Blue Bunny, but if I'm going to go for something that I really enjoy, I always like Breyers, especially their cherry vanilla. Oh. Love Breyers cherry vanilla.
I don't know. Breyers always seemed too processed, sugary processed for me. Or okay, correction. You're talking about like 20 years ago Breyers or today's Breyers?
I haven't bought Breyers in a while, so I can't articulate on it.
Yeah, I was gonna say like you know, last 5 years Breyers. Yeah, but I could say the same thing about all the ice cream. There is no good ice cream anymore.
Oh,
and if there is, someone please tell me so I can buy some.
Exactly. It's funny because when I was a kid, they had a Zarda dairy store where I lived, and of course, Zarda, for anyone who didn't know, made ice cream, and it was kind of like another 31 flavors type of thing. Not 31 flavors.
Thing.
Yeah, but definitely, totally different. Oh my God, they're amazing. And
damn it, Tiki. There's nothing wrong with Haagen-Dazs.
Dude, Haagen-Dazs blows now. I'm sorry.
I never really cared for Haagen-Dazs.
Sorry, Cap.
Or
I
Ben
thought
and
you had
Jerry.
stopped.
I never cared for Haagen-Dazs or Ben and Jerry. I always preferred Breyers or Blue Bunny.
Again, Blue Bunny used to be okay, but yeah, they went to the whole processed shit. Uh, yeah. You look on a label anymore, they don't even have sugar. It's whatever it is.
Splenda.
Either that
Yeah,
or
Haagen
the
Dazs used to be
corn syrup.
high class ice cream, quality,
Yeah.
super front row seat ice cream.
Oh, like the Dove chocolate, the Dove ice cream. That was like the high. Remember when that was like the high end, sophisticated chocolate to buy at the store?
Uh, that was back then, yes. Yeah. Most places anymore. Well, what was Cadbury eggs used to be good. And then they were bought up by Hershey. Now they suck ass.
Yeah, the
Cadbury
last
eggs.
time those the last time those Cadbury eggs were good was back when those commercials they still play were originally done.
Oh, trust me, even a few years ago they were good. When they were bought up by Hershey, the formula changed immediately.
Yeah.
Immediately. And it's like you had people who were over in in the UK who were going, what the fuck is this shit?
Okay, like you broke into it. It felt like you actually broke into an egg, like with the
Oh God,
yolkiness.
yes.
And it was so delicious. If it wasn't for the fact how delicious they were, it was almost disgusting. Like you almost was like, what the fuck am I biting into? But yeah, it was good. The texture they got perfect. It was really
Because some asshole said it was healthier.
healthier. You know what? Oh, God. Don't get me started
Because
on that.
because we've entered a society where this is where I go with this. When they say, well, we need to do these artificial sweeteners, we need to do these vegan things because it's healthier. It's like your arrogance that you think you can create something better that nature has been providing for us for thousands upon thousands of years. Your arrogance and your smug superiority speaks volumes of you. And that's just my opinion on that. When you think you can make something better than nature, I'm sorry. Nature's going to come back and bite you in the ass later and show you what you really are made of.
Well, with the exception that you make something better than nature using nature. If I made sense right there.
Good
This
morning,
artificial sweetener
70s rock
crap,
fan. Yeah.
synthesized, fake, like you're trying to bypass what it means to be sugar. Like, yeah, I agree with NB Geek, but if you use nature to make something better that came from nature, then maybe you can get away with it. But
Well,
when you
like
try breaking the rules,
beet
then yeah,
sugar.
you're not gonna be able to.
You know, if you're using beet sugar versus cane sugar, okay, I get it. They're both sugar. They're both from natural sources. They taste different. But when you're talking corn syrup, ew, when you're talking these artificial chemicals that they take and yeah, no, fuck that.
Well, like perfect example is like when you're eating salad, like real salad, compared to the doctor pills they give you, that folic acid. It's not the same thing. It's slightly different. One's scientifically synthesized, made. The other one's naturally made from nature. And guess which one your body likes a little bit better?
Nature.
Not the artificial shit. Your body likes the shit that comes, the folic that comes from salads. And, you know, that's important for your body to reproduce red blood cells and keep your Keep your body fresh. So yeah, I agree with NB. People trying to cut the corners there, man. Just like with new Star Trek and everybody's trying to cut corners, fighting the naturalistic things, coming up with shit across the board. Across the board. Same thing with websites, for God's sakes. People are not trying to make a natural. Okay, when you learn programming, right? You learn that a program is basically. Oh God, how do you say this? When you're programming, there's two ways of programming. You program for the program, or you force a program to do what you want. And back in the day, we used to have these organic made programs that worked perfect. But today, all we have is corporations having programmers make these static, against the grain programs that are completely and utterly destroying us. They're doing everything wrong. They're breaking left and right, going against the grain. Project Prometheus is all natural with local. Yes, Project Prometheus is organically programmed. Absolutely, it will be. No static linear bullshit.
And what's going on, that 70s rock fan?
Oh, had a good show over on Chaos List over at Chaos Central channel, guys. So if you haven't checked that out, we had a blast. I had a freedom of speech question that blew up. A couple other questions that blew up, and we had a very heated debate, very fun debate last night. So Chaos List over on Chaos Central YouTube channel. If you haven't checked it out.
And yes, YouTube code is a Frankensteinian abomination of code built on a legacy bad code. Yep.
No.
And good morning, Moxley fan 21.
Hey, Moxley. What's going on, Moxley? Good morning. By the way, breaking news, we're finishing up the 2 watch parties today. So tv.nerdrotica and theater.nerdrotica.com will be changing after today. We're finishing up TNG last season. We're finishing up Stargate SG-1 last season. For those of you who are unaware, it's the 2 24-hour watch party rooms with built-in chat rooms where you can come and hang out. And if you have nothing to do, no one's streaming, something bored, something you want to watch, you can pop in those 2 rooms. I believe the TNG room is going to switch to my collection of what was I going to play next? Quantum Leap. We're going to play back-to-back Quantum Leap. And that's going to be on tv.nerdrotica.com and on theater.nerdrotica.com. I think we're going to switch over to Stargate Atlantis. I think we're going to continue on Stargate on the theater room. So,
and always glad to have you live at 70s Rock Fan. Anytime you're not at work, you're more than welcome to join, by the way.
No, I haven't heard from that 70s in a minute or two, man. Hope you're okay. You got time later, hit up the backstage.
It is always fun to have all the different people that pop in now and then. Some people are not able to join until later, which is understandable because obviously we've got different time zones all over. So yes, good morning, good afternoon, good evening, and good night to everyone who is listening whenever you're listening. And yes, make sure you check out and what's the word I'm looking for? I need more coffee. Make that make that link a favorite because
Oh,
you'll
backstage.
want to check out. You'll want to check out backstage.
Yeah, if you want to see how crazy LDG just really is.
Right?
Well, somebody's got to compliment you on your amazing talents.
Let's see here.
Or somebody's just got to straight up lie. I can
Well,
do both.
let's put it this way. Let's see here. Jack Ben, you don't win friends with salad. You know what? Here's the problem. Salad is underrated anymore. Why? Because it's so fucking expensive. You used to be able to go into a restaurant, get a cheap salad, but it wasn't cheap. I mean, it wasn't. There was still quality to it. It was inexpensive. Anymore, yeah, forget that.
Oh, salads are so overpriced these days. It's ridiculous. It's just sad.
Yeah, it's easier to buy processed food and as well as cheaper, which ought to say something about the quality because if it were actually good, it wouldn't be so cheap. Yeah.
Salad would be one of those things on my list that I'd figure out how to get everybody for free quality salad every day.
I wouldn't say free. I wouldn't say free. I would say minimal cost.
Wait. Let me. Okay, wait. Free to the person eating it. You can still make money off of it if you want, but free to the person eating it.
I would no. See, I would still have a minimum charge.
No.
Yeah.
Absolutely not. You can charge other people for you to eat. There's other ways of making money of it. If you can't figure out how, that's your problem. But there is a way to do it. If I was the government, I'd find salad would be the number one thing I'd figure out how to build a system so everyone could have free salad whenever they want. That's the perfect startup food. It's one of those foods that has no supply and demand because it's infinite. Or virtually
Sometimes I
infinite.
wonder how your brain fits in, how your ego fits in that head of yours.
How does my ego? What does ego have to do with it?
You have an ego, a huge one.
Yeah, but what does my comment have to do with ego though? I'm not that. I'd make salad free for everybody. Like that. I don't know. Maybe I'm misunderstanding. That's not ego. That's. I would call that, righteousness, compassion,
Recognition, selfishness.
How is wanting to have everybody eat it's selflessness, like not being selfish?
No, I said selfish.
How is wanting everybody to have free food selfish? What? Okay. Again, too early. I have no clue what you mean.
How can everybody have free food? Who's doing the growing and the picking? You want Deej to work for free?
You're asking again. You're asking how questions. I said it can be done if you figure it out.
Got to work for free from now on.
No, that's not correct. No.
If you need free salad,
get paid.
You got to make the
It's this,
salad.
okay, just stop for a second. The person eating the food is not the one who has to pay. That's the easiest way of looking at this. Don't flip it, Bird, because you won't get the answers you're looking for. You're asking for how. It's easier to think of it this way because I know you can connect the dots. That in any product, a person using it is not the one who has to necessarily pay the money. I'm sure you can understand that and see how that is the key. Everybody else still gets
So
paid.
someone else
Everybody else
pays
still
for
gets
somebody else's food.
yes.
But why
Because
do I have
they
to
get
pay for your
because they
salad?
get because you get something in return for doing it.
What do I get?
Again, you're asking the hows. You're
You
going
get
down
a-
the
get a salad.
yellow brick house road.
Okay,
Figure
you
that
kinda
out.
have
Someone
to
come up
ask
with the
how.
system. No, you don't.
Yes, you do.
The whole point is figure it out for yourself. It is possible. There
The
are
only way.
examples out there. There are examples out there. Look at Dota. The user doesn't pay for Dota. Yet that company makes
what is
the
Dota?
most number one video game funding. They make the most money out of all video games right now. Dota
Never
2.
heard of it.
Well, you haven't because you don't play. But Dota 2 is huge. It is WrestleMania huge in the video game market. And it is a 100% free game. The user does not pay. Dota figured out how to make other people pay, and they make millions and millions of dollars a year off a free-to-play game.
Do they sell advertising in the game?
Again, you're asking hows is not the problem. It's not the point. The point is they figured it out.
I mean, we've had television networks for 80 years that are free because they charge people to pay commercials. And then
No,
they
we're still
put
paying out
commercials
the
in the
ads
middle
for-
of TV shows.
Yeah, and advertising is a good point. That's one of the things you could do.
I don't
can
want commercials in my salad.
It won't be in your salad. Even I don't want them in my salad. But advertising could be a good push for paying for this food idea to happen. And it's valid because there are a lot of people out there who sell food that would want to advertise on this. And they could cover quite amount of the bill. Because you know that when you advertise with this food company, you're reaching hundreds of multiples of tens of millions of people. But it is possible. This whole idea that the person using the thing, he's the person or she's the person who has to pay, is a fallacy. It's a brainwash. That's not true. And it's been proven across the board.
Oh, please. Okay, explain how. You are not entitled to somebody's labor.
Sorry?
You're not entitled to
What are you talking
somebody's
about?
labor.
What does that mean? I'm not saying anybody's
Well, that
entitled to
means you
anybody's
talked
labor.
about giving everybody free salad. You still have to pay for the people who garden it, cultivate it, plant it, process it.
All right, you stop right
Otherwise-
there. I know. I just explained that, NB. Were you not listening? I literally just explained that, Bart. I said the person who is eating the salad is not the one who has to pay.
What?
You can supply something and have other people pay, so those people who do the labor get paid.
Why should somebody else?
All you
pay
have
for
to do is
something
figure
for
out-
somebody else.
Because you
Why
give
should I
them
pay
something.
for your salad?
Because I give you something to do that.
Well, what are you giving me to?
You're asking hows. I'm not going to be able to answer that because I can give you anything you want, name it, and I can create a system that will allow that to happen.
But that's not what you
Advertising is
said.
a
You said somebody else was
advertising
gonna
is
pay.
a
You said somebody else was going to pay for it. Translation: I'm paying for your salad. I don't want to pay for your salad. How are you going
That's
to
you.
compensate me for that?
That's fine.
You're
You don't
compensating
have to.
everybody else. You're saying you'll come up with a system to
No, not
compensate
me.
everybody else up
Somebody
and down
else
that
has to do
food
it.
chain.
I would, though. Yeah, it's possible, NB. Like I said, it's already been happening.
No, it's not possible because it's been tried throughout history and failed.
No,
When
it's not
certain people
failing. It is not failing, NB Geek. There are examples of people giving away things for free because they figured out how to do it.
Yes,
Where?
and we have examples.
I just
in
said
history
Dota 2 is a
of
perfect
trying to
example.
and I am trying to give you examples very simply. When you have everybody getting the same amount, the equal benefit, you're going to have people who work, then you're going to have the people who don't work. Once the people who don't work are getting the same amount as the people who do work, the people who do work are going to stop working and the cycle dies. That has historically been shown.
Yeah, but that's in a world without technology. You got to remember, technology is making us not have to work. The more we get technology, the less people have to work, so that becomes a non-issue. Look what they're doing right now. Fast food restaurants are literally a shave and a hair away from becoming completely automated.
Okay, and?
Down to the cook. All the way down to the cook, to the person who wraps up, to the person who takes your money. 100%, maybe just a manager. That's it.
So
we are a hair and a shave away from that.
Yeah, you're talking about a low-skilled job. You're not going to have
I don't give a shit what the skill is, NB Geek.
Exactly.
It's still across the board. There is a no, you're not listening. There is a spectrum of, okay, so listen then. There is a spectrum of difficult jobs. Technology is pushing that spectrum down. Harder jobs are becoming easier and easier and easier. So when you say, well, that's just a low-end job, maybe today, but 5 years from now, that's a whole nother scale you're looking at. And jobs that used to be super hard or super easy. Look at automotives. When they used to do everything by hand. Now they have technology that balances your wheels with a push of a button. Okay? I mean, seriously. Technology's job is to make things that are hard easy. Things that take 20 people take one person. This is what technology does for us. Eventually, we were going to be in a future where technology is doing so much, nobody needs to work. Or most of us needs to work. We can actually start living our fucking lives instead of slaving it away towards our governments. Because right now you are not living. Right now you are a slave to the system. You cannot wake up one morning and say, I have the ability of doing whatever the fuck I want today. What am I going to learn today? What am I going to want to do today? We don't have that yet. We're not even close to that day yet. Today we wake up and saying, how am I going to put food on the table? I got to do this work so I can make this money so I can live another day. That's what 90% of people are.
I disagree. I think most people value.
You can disagree, but it's a valid point, and it is a fact. I can go across my house right now and go to all my neighbors' houses right now, and all of them, most of them, will agree with me. They have to work day by day by day. They do not have the freedom to wake up one morning or every day and say, I'm free. I'm truly free. No one's forcing me to do anything. I'm not being forced to work. I'm not being forced to pay rent. I'm not being forced to frickin', do the stuff you have to do.
You call it being forced.
Even you, NB Geek, if you could snap your fingers, NB Geek, and not have to pay your mortgage anymore, I would love for you to tell me you would not do it.
Well, of course I would not mind not having a mortgage. That's an obvious thing.
So you're a slave.
But I still have it.
You're a slave to your mortgage.
My house. I still chose this house. I didn't have to have a mortgage. I could be paying rent. Nobody's forcing you to do anything, LDG. You're choosing to do it. You're choosing to live in this negative perspective, where I live in a much more positive perspective. And for example, my daughter,
Wow.
she went from a apartment to now a duplex. She's for the first time owns her own car, owns her own equipment, has a profession, and is actually living life. She's not forced to do it. She's living free. So I'm sorry you have this very negative outlook on everything being forced. But no, I don't look at it that way. I can't look at the world the way you do. I look at the world as this is an opportunity. Nothing is granted to me. Nothing. We live in an ability now that most people didn't have throughout history, and that is we can become better than what the past was. Used to be you did the same job your family did. You stayed in the same class your family did. There was no real upward mobility. You have those opportunities.
That's still the case right now.
And go another. That is the beauty of the system that we have. You may not always like it, but nobody's forcing you to stay at that job. You can always look for another one. You can do like my mother did in her 40s, finally left a career field she'd been in for 25 years, went back to a trade school, and has now been doing that for 20 years and is happy as all can be. It's not forced. It's opportunity.
I'm sorry you feel that way, but that's okay. You're not understanding me. I'm not being negative.
No.
That I'm being positive.
And I okay, let me put it to you this way. Right now in this society, most people are not better off than the previous generation. They're
Agreed.
not.
And we're still in a caste system too, by the way.
And there are people who are in their, I mean, I wish I could work. I wish I could not live in my parents' house. That there is no choice. At this point, there is no choice. But there are other people that are working that are having to move back home because it's too fucking expensive to live out. You know, you can't live in New York. You may be able to be well paid, but it didn't go buy shit because everything's so fucking expensive.
For no reason, too.
After you've had a long, tiring discussion of fun and excitement on Captain Struck's channels, you can refresh yourself with a fresh cup of coffee, and you could put it in one of these wonderful cups, like this Bird of Prey 5 cup from his merch store. Please support your local YouTuber by checking out their merch store. One example here, Bird of Prey 5. This wonderful mug and other items are available in this format and others. Also, you can look at shirts. Sassy is a very popular one for you to look at. You would love to cuddle up to a pillow of Sassy. That's Bird of Prey 5's merch store, now accepting Bitcoin. Sorry, I wanted to break up the tension there.
Let's see here now. I think everybody should be negative towards a certain model of capitalism. The problem. Okay,
If I may, real quick.
Go ahead.
That was a beautiful commercial. MB Geek. That was cool. Or you can stay tuned and pick a ticket, pick a raffle ticket, because soon you might have a chance to a new car. All right. Sorry. Felt like that was a moment.
No, that was good. That was good. Well, it was either going to be this one or the Captain Trek mug, but my wife's got the Captain Trek mug right now.
I tried. Okay, so I wanted to do a little merch myself too. I know I'm freaking doing a lot at once, but I really wanted to come up with my own merch, basically. I'm dying to do a T-shirt that says this T-shirt was bootlegged.
I like it.
I don't know. It hits me.
No, LDG, I can relate to that because, and here's why. I'm not a football fan by any means, but I was living in Tampa, Florida, and Tampa, Florida has the Tampa Bay Buccaneers. And the thing was, the only way the local folks could watch it was, if the stadium sold out or whatever. And it was always blocked out because the stadium never sold out. And I had this joke one time where I wanted to get just a plain black shirt that said, this was a Bucs shirt, but it was blocked out. So I can get the humor behind what you were saying.
Yeah. Yeah, absolutely.
Well, that's one reason why I always happen to like being in Kansas City, because most of the games, both for the Royals and the Chiefs, are usually sold out. So it's never usually a problem.
There was only one game that sold out the entire time I was in Tampa, and that was when the Pittsburgh Steelers came in, which was totally understandable because I've noticed something in my travels throughout the U.S. in the military.
Mm-hmm.
Steelers is one of, if not the top of the three merch you will see people wearing, no matter where they are. It's usually that, Dallas, and Green Bay. Those are the three I've seen the most of anywhere when it comes to football teams. When it comes to baseball, well, baseball, you'll usually see Cubs and Cardinals and a few others, but it's not quite as prominent as I've seen with football. Ugh. I've known people so passionate about Steelers that they've got tattoos of the logo.
And thank you, Darius, for putting in links. Thank you.
Oh, thanks, buddy. Yeah, I got two YouTubes going up, or sorry, 2 streams going up over the next couple of days. I've been launching them around the midnight time frame.
Oh shit!
After I get done, I'm gonna leave about 10:50. I'm doing a stream with Purple Valkyrie, non-mainstream comics, and then after that, I'm probably going to do a couple more streams. I'm gonna definitely do one for Loki, and then probably one for something else, and trying to get those out to where they come out about a day apart. It's kind of been nice being able to work it this way. It's been much easier. I think I told you about it the other day. I've been using mostly StreamYards for all this stuff.
Yep.
It's made it a lot easier for me to flow through. A lot less overhead and hassle.
Good news, guys. I just checked, and I got accepted by Design by Humans.
Awesome.
Whew.
Nice.
That is cool. Which I heard is that's you actually have to be accepted. You just can't they check you out, and you get accepted after applying. And my store is being activated right now. Then all I have to do is come up with some cool graphics and put some t-shirts and mugs and stuff. So, F yeah, dude. Hashtag free the net. Coming soon, Prometheus mugs. This shirt is bootleg. And others. Yeah, baby.
And hello, Thomas Potts. What's going on today?
Yes, Darius. I did try Restream is awesome, and I'm moving over to it. LDG is human. Oh, that's another good t-shirt. I like that. Yeah, Restream is pretty badass. And if anybody wants, I'd appreciate it. I can put the link in If you want to try it out, because they do a very good, what do you call it? Referral program.
Mm-hmm.
And I'll put the link in chat. If anybody uses Restream, please use this link, and both of us will get benefits by doing it. They give both the user and the person who referred something. I believe you would get like $10. I believe they give you $10 free if you use the referral code. I strongly recommend using it. I'm making the switch over. I'll still be keeping StreamYard, but it'll be on the free basis only, so I can keep my backstage rooms open, because that's the one thing I cannot do on Restream, is it doesn't let you have additional rooms. But that also means the backstage will be limited to 6 people. We'll get downgraded back to 6 people, with exception of the fact that I can merge 3 StreamYards together. So I guess technically I'll be able to do 18 people, or actually -2, so 16 people.
Hey, Thomas.
Okay, I don't even know about your orgy panel.
Well, we were gonna do a 28-man panel stream. It's just I haven't really, nobody really got back to me, and this is the kind of thing that pisses me off. That we need a little bit more organization in the community,
Right.
Like what happened the other day, with it dropped on a dime. We need community to actually stick together, like other channels. If we're going to do something, then let's stick to it and not just let it fly by the wind. We're letting all these good ideas just fly by the wind in one ear and out the other. And, you know, they're like, oh yeah, we'll do it. And then you never hear from it again. I'm like, no, guys, listen, if you're tired of bitching, either you like bitching all day long on how things suck, or you're willing to change it. You know what I mean?
No,
the only difference between We Rise Together requires everybody to actually stand up. You just can't sit down and cry, we all rise together, we all rise together, and we wonder why we're not rising together, because nobody is standing up.
I'm sorry so many people are not enjoying Loki as much as I am. I guess I'm just seeing something different. I don't know.
I'm enjoying Loki. I'm not saying I'm not enjoying Loki.
I guess I'm just enjoying it more than other people. I'm seeing a lot of people say it's boring. Maybe it's not their cup of tea. I kind of go for this kind of thing.
Well,
it to me is a lot of fun. It's hitting on a psychological level or an intellectual level that I quite enjoy.
Okay, you've watched it, you enjoy it. That's good. That's absolutely good. What we're talking about, though, are the channels out there who are not watching it, who may be watching a preview of it, and are going, oh, this sucks. Or,
oh, they're being fake.
Or there's like, oh, there's a female Loki. It's woke. Bullshit. Bullshit. Go to mythology. Loki was gender fluid. Always has been. Just because Loki can now be female doesn't mean shit. Doesn't mean woke. Watch and see. Now, is there a possibility it could go? Yes. Is there a possibility it couldn't go? Yes. Do we now have reason to wonder if it will? Yeah. But don't assume it's actually going to until you actually watch it.
I don't know. If I had any doubt that they weren't going completely woke, it was erased in Falcon and Winter Soldier. And it was that last episode when the woman, the bad, the bad person, who was the woman, and she had to be taken down. And the only person that could have done it was the new Captain America, Falcon. And like, okay, I was like, wow, so Nerdrotic is going to be wrong. A man is going to defeat a woman. And all of a sudden, no, right? That other woman comes from nowhere and shoots her in the back, proving once again that in no way is a man allowed to beat a woman. And I was like, why would they pull this out of nowhere? Just let him punch her or whatever. I mean, she's a super soldier. It's not like you're just hitting a woman on the street. Whatever, I thought this was it. This was going to be it. And no, they just pull some random woman who hadn't been in the episode until that point, except for a couple of little scenes. And her whole reason for being was just so they could shoot the big bad in the back and take it away from the new Captain America. And once again proves men are not allowed to beat women. Women are not allowed to be educated by men. There's these rules that, yeah, they don't, in any given episode, you could say, okay, yeah, it doesn't, okay, it's fine if that one man is not the one who takes out that one woman.
Mhm.
It's fine if that one woman is the one who instructs the other woman. But in every single Marvel film or thing now for years, it's been the same formula. And with Loki, as much as it's not a bad show, but
Right.
again, every person in charge is a woman. Every time every beat down is a woman beating a man. It's the men are not allowed to ever really get the jump on a woman. They're not allowed to beat a woman. Now they can. Okay, Loki did have a little fun with the guard, but she was the one from the very moment that was always in control. She's back in control this second episode. The one making all the decisions, the judge is a woman. It's every single time. It's not, and again, in any one series or any one episode, it's perfectly excusable. Yeah,
Right.
That makes sense. It's not woke because there's a woman. It's woke because every single time for 3 fucking years, it's the same formula.
I agree. So why don't they stop using the same stupid formula every time?
Well, that's why. That's the question. That's the $1 million question.
I mean, twice is unique. Now it's become, yeah, and
So I understand
Eventually,
you
once
can
I get-
say one episode or one series or one movie isn't woke. And you're right. It's not. Not necessarily.
right.
It's the accumulation of all with zero deviation that's what causes people to say it's woke.
Well, I'm going to definitely do my review on Loki or Captain America: Winter Soldier and WandaVision this week. I have a different opinion on certain things than a lot of other people do, but I need to get those out. I'm not saying what Bird is saying is incorrect. I don't quite see it quite that much the way you did, but I also was focused on different elements. So I think my focus was attuned at different areas.
I agree. The Loki Wilson exchanges are great. That part of the show I enjoyed. This is a chess game, not an Avengers style Hulk smackdown. It's a different type of series, which I think is fine. But that's all. I'm not saying it's bad.
No, but I agree with you. If you know, like Cap and I were talking, and like we said, and I must have missed in on this. If we have legitimate criticisms, which we all do, we all bring them up. But you know, if we're saying if people are really just giving a review and they're not even giving a full review, they're just going off a trailer or worse, and I'll bet you there are some out there, they're watching other people's review and copying it.
And why not? Let's not speculate that people might be doing these types of things. If we have no, I have no,
Well, no.
unless
See,
there's a specific
I'm
person you want to
okay.
say that I
Here's
don't
what
know
I'm
of
going to say.
anybody.
Okay. That's the thing. Number one, if we name any channels, we're making accusations. I am concerned that there are channels. I'm not naming sizes or names. I don't care. There may be channels that aren't actually watching episodes. Now, I used one specific person for one specific example because they said on their live stream that they only watched a portion of an episode and then made commentary based on that, or actually made commentary based on the entire episode, having only seen a portion of it. That I called out. If you're going to comment about a whole episode, you better watch the whole episode, or else you have
That's
no.
definitely fair.
I'm gonna do this when I do my Wonder Woman 84 review. I'm going to be very short. I'm going to be very fair and to the point. I'm going to say flat out, I did not watch all of it. I stopped at this point, and I'm going to give my reasons why I stopped at that point and why I left the movie. I will not comment on the rest of it, but only on what I saw, because I think that's a fair way to do it.
Yeah, but I mean, if you were to do a full movie review, okay, this is where I stopped, and now this is where the rest of the movie went, even though you didn't see it, is bullshit, in my opinion. You can only comment to where you saw. At that point,
Exactly.
it's speculation.
That's all I'm going to do. Yeah, and that's all I'm going to do. Because I feel that's the fair way to do it. Because I don't feel it's like if somebody says, well, you didn't watch the whole thing. No, I didn't. I stopped at a certain point, and here's why I stopped. Well, then you can't speak for the whole movie. No shit, I didn't. I spoke for the portion I saw of it, and the portion I saw of it did not entice me to watch the rest of it. That is fair criticism. I mean, they say don't judge a book by its cover, but let's be honest, we do. A lot of us will judge a movie by the trailer.
Well, that's another thing. If you're going to review a trailer, you have not seen the movie, so yeah, you're going to judge the trailer based on your experience watching the trailer. But no, it's unfortunately, I honestly think there are people out there who are making negative reviews for more clicks. Because let's be honest, negative reviews get more clicks. I wish that weren't true.
Oh yeah, well that is correct. But there's also people not doing positive reviews good enough. You could get just as many clicks on a positive review, but no one's figured out how to do it yet. It's not mainstream. The method of doing it is not clear.
Well, I think a lot of it is there's been so much negativity going on for so long that it's hard for people to understand what a positive stream is. And we all talk about positive things differently. I mean, we all have our different things. And like I said, I've been on, for example, I've been on YouTube now, I think for a little over a year. I don't remember exactly. I'm not really hung up on when I showed up. But I'm finally now at a point where I feel like my content is now going to be at the area I've been looking to do. And if it still gets the same amount of reviews, at least I know I'm going to be happy with the content I'm putting out.
Yep.
But that's me. I'm interested in the content I'm putting out. So guys, please, by the way, go like Captain Trek, when you brought up the nitpick that I had that misspelled. Thank you for pointing that out. I need simple stuff like that so I can fix it.
Well, like
No,
I
I
said,
want my
it
content
was
to
a
be-
nitpick. That was the only thing it's like, okay, not bad. Oh, wait a minute. By the way, you have this misspelled.
And I managed to get it fixed on both the overlay. And like I said, I kept the template, so it was an easy fix, easy upload. I was like, perfect. That's what I needed. I needed that kind of. I want constructive criticism.
And that's,
sorry.
that's an example of constructive criticism. It wasn't, oh, you're an idiot. You misspelled the name. No, it was simply.
Well, no, think about it. You do have people on Twitter who, for some reason, and I don't understand this, you have the grammar Gestapo on Twitter trying to always tell us how to spell. It's like, fucker, it's Twitter. Okay, this isn't a college course.
First of all, it's Twitter, and you only get so many characters. So
exactly,
you're gonna have to abbreviate. You're gonna have to use symbols if you have more to say. So yeah.
But
anyhow,
when I'm doing a product like that, yes, I want the names to be spelled right. Of course, I do.
Correct.
And if somebody, but like I said, somebody could have easily have gone like, you fucking moron. You said you spent all this time on it and you misspelled a word. Yes, of course. Even though I spent 6+ hours on it, there was no possibility I would not make an error somewhere. But that's the point of having fresh eyes. Fresh eyes can see something you miss.
Absolutely. And just before we go, let me ask us, are you going to be having anything released today?
Yes, tonight. See, tonight at midnight, what is coming up tonight? I think it's my let me check real quick. I have 2 things coming out. One is my Zombieland comparison of Zombieland Double Tap and Army of the Dead.
Cool. LVG, of course, will have the backstage open. You've got any streams going on today? Either yours or anybody else's?
See here. Wednesday. No, I don't think not today.
Okay.
Backstage will be open.
We do have Poe popping in for a minute. Hello, Poe.
Howdy, everybody. A little quick cameo.
Hey, Poe. Okay, to clarify.
Yes.
It'll be my Mortal Kombat review dropping on June 17th, and then on the 18th, it'll be my Zombieland Double Tap versus Army of the Dead.
Awesome.
Okay. And
you're looking good, man.
And Bird, what time are you going on today? If you go on. He's probably eating, so I'm going to assume.
What?
Good job, LG. I'm assuming he's going to be going on probably about 4 p.m. Eastern, unless I hear something different. Keep an eye out for
every fucking time.
Yes, every fucking time, Bird. So watch out for Bird going live. Probably, well, let's say between 3 and 4 Eastern. And want to thank you all for joining me on the panel. I do want to thank everyone who's been here. Poe, LVG Pixels, NB Geek, Bird of 5, and of course, God, my brain went dead. Yvette. I do want to thank everybody for joining today. I'm going to go ahead and wrap things up and get going today. So I do want to thank you. You have a great day, and talk to you soon.
It looks like a long